blueprinting will change everything in terms of gameplay, and I need to understand how people use it actually, so I can understand how that should be integrated. This is my plot, and I have that island here, right? And if I don't like that island, I can go here to this website. I can say this one is much nicer. I can say override, please. And then I have that island in the game world, right? So whatever you see in the game is actually just an image that is rendered on the server side. So if something is just an image, we can show the same image on a website. And then if you interact on the website, you can see here, I can scroll up and down on that website and we have this exact same thing happening in the game. I've had a German Minecraft server for roughly 10 years. And on that server, I came up with different management systems of plots and so on. So that is what I want to improve and make better. So this is version 2 of that German system. In general, you will have something like a plot system like this, and you can buy individual plots. And for each individual plot, you can even change who the members are that can access those. And you can change all of the flags also on the plot. So for example, this right here is currently my plot. I can be standing on the plot. I can say on this given plot. There's a, okay, wait. On this given plot, you can select subparts of that plot, and you can then say that somebody should be allowed to use TNT on that plot, yes or no. And you can say somebody should be able to use pistons, yes or no, right? That is the very sophisticated backend system that allows you as a player to manage all of your stuff. So that is the late game, let's say, right? That you can have hundreds of plots and you can manage them however you want, and you have all of your neighbors everywhere, and you can buy and sell plots on your own and build together with your friends and stuff like that. The same then goes for, you have shops. You can set up shops, you can sell items however you want. You have a monetary system, you can send money to other people, you can have multiple accounts with money on them and send money to others. And you will have the ability to trade items with other players. You will have the ability to craft items. And one very big one is you will have the ability to have blueprints. So you can save a nice looking object, and then you can reuse that object as long as you have the blocks available, and you can move that around for testing purposes, right? Let's basically trying to find out if it would fit here or not, right? So you can just put them into the world and see if that works or doesn't work, right? And then if you don't like it, you cancel and all is gone. And only if you actually insert, you need the items. So that's the background stuff that you have available. Then the concept of the server is that basically the Earth is fucked up. We basically killed it. And the only thing that we can do now as a species is to go to Mars and try to survive on Mars. So for that, you need to grab items from the Earth that are left over. That is basically the farm world now. And you need to transport them to Mars, and you need to start building Mars up, right? So this would be the Earth. Everything is grayed out and whatever, right? Shitty pollution and stuff. And if there's land somewhere, that would be nice, right? And you would be gathering items here and whatever, farming them. Then you would fly out of the world, and you could go, for example, to Mars. And Mars is then generally the mesa biome or desert or whatever. And then you have tools available that can terraform the planet, right? So let's say you go here, you say, oh yeah, this is a nice location. I'm gonna select a plot, this one. I'm gonna buy that plot. Now it's mine. Now that I own this plot, I have the ability to craft something like a terraformer here, the terraformer tool, this guy. And that is then being crafted as long as you have the items here available. I need some grass blocks, apparently. Now I have a terraformer. Now I can place the terraformer. And then this allows you to change the biome in that given world to make it, to make plants grow, right? The idea is that on mesa biome, the plants don't grow. But on this one, the plants do grow. And then you can slowly transform your plot to that other biome, right? And you can still see on the plot management system, these are my plots. So if I show you the chunk borders, you can see this is my plot. This is not my plot, but because I'm an admin, this is leaking over to the next plot. That typically does not happen. You can see that here. If you're not an admin, that does not happen. It will adhere to the boundaries of your plot and not affect any other plots of other people, right? So you can clearly see this is exactly at the plot border. Okay. So that's the rough idea. I don't have time for all of that in the beginning. So the beginning will be, you will have your starter world where you have this island and so on. And you should be experimenting with the blueprinting system. That's the goal, right? So that this blueprinting will change everything in terms of gameplay. And I need to understand how people use it, actually, so I can understand how that should be integrated. So that will be the first alpha server, and I'm trying to build towards that. So right now, I'm just trying to, as quickly as possible, set up the warping system in the lobby, basically, and implementing this right now. And then if that works, hopefully as soon as possible, I can start the alpha and then let people just play on these islands, on these asteroid-style islands and on the Mars world and so on, and then understand what the effect of this blueprinting system will be on the gameplay in total. And then I'm going to start slowly implementing more and more of the actual Mars idea stuff. But yeah, this is, you know... Still a work in progress, as you might be able to tell. This is fully server-side implemented. So everything that you see is server-side, even the screen that you saw. That's the crazy part, I guess. For example, there's a lot of things I've built in the background, right, that I haven't shown, but as an example, right, this is my plot, and I have that island here, right? And if I don't like that island, I can go here to this website. I can say this one is much nicer. I can say override, please. And then I have that island in the game world, right? So there's a shit ton of stuff that I've built, but you can't play it yet. So, but yeah. Keybind to open that UI. Yes, I'm pressing F. In my case, the F key is swapping items in your hand. I can grab that key press, and I can do a different action than swapping items in your hand. So in that case, I am doing that. Then the alternative is also you can go to desktop F open. You can disable that. So now if I press F, I'm actually swapping the item in my hand instead, right? Whoops. And I can still open it now if I crouch and press F. Then I can still open the screen, right? So this is safety fallback, so you cannot accidentally completely disable the screen. But yeah, that's the trick. Basically, listening for the packet in a specific combination of key inputs, and then instead showing the screen. And then the screen is completely outside of Minecraft, which means that the screen also works as a website. So whatever you see in the game is actually just an image that is rendered on the server side. So if something is just an image, we can show the same image on a website. And then if you interact on the website, you can see here, I can scroll up and down on that website, and we have this exact same thing happening in the game. Because this is, you can see it here, this is just an image. What the fuck? Yep, that one always wins. Yep. And that's the only way I can show that screen in the game, right? If I don't want to create a Minecraft mod, but actually always do everything on the server side, the only way, to my knowledge, to show something like this is sending image data, basically, to the Minecraft client. So you need to interact with an image anyway, right? So if I need to build it like that anyway, I can show the same image on a website, right? Why build it differently? Has this ever been done? Yes and no. I believe there were multiple people that have added images or videos into the game. So something like the screen shows an image or a video. That has been done quite a lot. But having a UI system on top, I believe only one other person I know, a German dude, has done that as well. There is a plugin on Spigot, I believe, but that works differently to this, and I believe I was still the first. So, but it's a couple of years ago when I made a client for this. How does it have a live updates? So conceptually, it is simply. I need to grab a sec. There, we got one. This is basically just item frames. And then in those item frames, that one is bad. In those item frames, you have maps. And the maps have the actual image data. So this thing is simply just multiple of these maps next to each other and then showing you content. And then the special thing, I guess, is that this is completely faked, right? None of these are actually real. These item frames are not real. There's no change in the game world. I'm just faking it completely. It's similar to these entities here. These are not real as well. So if I do Minecraft kill at E or whatever that is, right? These will not die because they are not actually entities in the game world. This is like, you have the Minecraft universe with all the Minecraft data, and then I'm basically creating a second universe that is separate. So the Minecraft server does not know that other universe exists. And then I stream the data to you as a player, and then to you it looks like they are in the same world, but the server doesn't know about that stuff, right? So these entities are not known, the screen is not known, the clicking is not known, and so on. That's how that mostly works. Packet stuff, yeah. A lot of packet stuff. For example, also, this is the most interesting, I personally think. Wait, let me show you that at a place where it actually is more interesting. I showed you the blueprinting, right? So this stuff, that I can move an object like this, that is kinda difficult to do, right? So that is inserting. There you can't really see it that well, but if you create a new blueprint, you can clearly see that. Because I am making everything grayscaled, and then the thing that you are selecting is going to be highlighted, right? So you can actually see what will be saved. That's very important for the understandability for a normal Minecraft player, right? Not for a programmer, because this is a tool for players, not for admins. So this selection box gives you that, right? But you can see by the way that this is highlighted that I am manipulating a larger field than just the selection. So here I'm streaming new chunks basically on every movement of this border. I thought that was 100% client side. Yeah, no. I have no resource pack, and I've never built a Minecraft mod. I have only built a Minecraft plugin. That's all I've done. And I am very, very hesitant to ever try to start with that because I have too little time anyway already. So rather not, you know.